We all love a character that has infinite potential. If it's Goku with his limitless transformations, or Ash with his Pokemon, we all love them. They are the best characters ever. And so, what would you say is the best way to get infinite power? Me personally, I would say it's either stealing or copying. And if you've seen the thumbnail and the title, you know what video this is. This is the movie What If Deku Had a Copy Quirk. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Okay, and let me warn you, bro is gonna be the pinnacle of OP within the, I would say, canonical MHA anime. If you have any what if ideas, write them down in the comments. And with that said, sit back and enjoy. We start our story with Izuku going to the Quirk doctor. When he arrives with his mom, the doctor does his tests, and Izuku finds out after a little bit that he has a quirk, and that it can copy other quirks, it seems. Now, the quirk to copy quirks isn't really rare per se, but they don't really know how people actually get to copy quirks. There are multiple ways, and Izuku might even have a new way or a different way to copy quirks than other people. And so Izuku is satisfied by now from learning that he has a quirk, and it's one of the strongest theoretically quirks that could exist. And so he goes back, he goes and eats with his mom and shit. They are both happy, they watch TV and shit. And it's actually the next day where Izuku goes back to kindergarten and he meets Bakugo. And Bakugo explains to Izuku that he's probably gonna have a better quirk than Izuku, even if he did get one. And Izuku tells Bakugo that, bro, I got the ability to copy quirks. And Bakugo is stunned. And he asks, well, how do you copy quirks? And Izuku tells him, I don't really know, they didn't really tell me. They said I could even have a different way than the others to copy quirks. And so Bakugo is impressed, but also a bit threatened by Izuku, because he might even have a better or stronger quirk than him. And Bakugo asks him, do you know how to copy a quirk? And Izuku tells him no. And so Bakugo tells Izuku that one of the ways to copy a quirk, at least for some people, is to touch them. And so Izuku says, well, do you want me to copy your quirk? And Bakugo says, not really, but you have to try it, right? So now Izuku touches Bakugo and nothing happens actually. There was no reaction towards Izuku or Bakugo. Nothing really happened. And they say, damn, it didn't work. And so Bakugo tells him the other way that he knows that it could work. But that's not possible right now, because that's literally just injecting someone's DNA into yourself to get the quirk. But yeah, they don't think it's most likely not gonna be it. And so Bakugo just tells him maybe it works by you just seeing it, of which he doesn't believe it would be, because that's never happened before. That would just be too strong if you can just look at the quirk and then just copy it. But they try it anyways. And so Bakugo uses his quirk, and Izuku tries to concentrate on the quirk of Bakugo, just looking at it and straight up concentrating on that shit. And he is able to copy it. And the moment he copies it, he gets a lot of knowledge in his head as well of how to use the quirk. And so he doesn't really have to train with it really, or I guess he has to train with it, but not to train with it to have an advanced to professional level of control. But you can have a straight up average control over the quirk that you copy. That's basically how Izuku's quirk works. Copy quirk works. Okay, let me rephrase that because I don't even fucking understand what I just said. So Bakugo activates his quirk, Izuku concentrates on the quirk of Bakugo and copies it. Now when he copies it, he gets average usage of that quirk, automatically. He can still train with it to get it stronger and stronger, but he gets the average amount of professionality on the quirk, I guess. He's average at using the quirk, that's what I'm trying to say. And so if Izuku like encounters a quirk that he copies and he would normally not know how to use it, like his own quirk, where they didn't know what to tell him how to use it, he just gets the knowledge of how he can use it or how he can activate it. And like after Izuku copies the quirk, he activated kind of subconsciously, and Bakugo is fucking impressed by Izuku, and also as I said earlier, scared of him, but even more now, cause he just got the same quirk as Bakugo. He literally just boom, and he got the fucking quirk. And Bakugo says, "Damn, you're impressive. Please don't copy my quirk though." And Izuku tells him, "Well, I just did. You literally just let me do it." And Bakugo says, "Oh, dang it! Forgot about that." And if my audio is like a bit echoey right now, I cannot really do anything about it, but it's gonna be fixed by the next week. And so like Bakugo like starts whining about the quirk that Izuku stole from him, quote unquote. And literally Izuku with clear and good arguments argues that it's Bakugo's fault, not his. He literally wanted Izuku to copy the quirk. He literally told him to. So it's not really Izuku's fault that he got the quirk that Bakugo has. And after like 10 minutes of straight arguing, Bakugo asks Izuku, "And what do you think your like drawback is?" And Izuku says, "Yeah, I guess copy quirks, and really any quirk, has a drawback. So what the fuck is it?" And Bakugo throws out the idea of like maybe he can just hold it for like, let's say 10 minutes or something. And Izuku says, "Yeah, let's wait." But they wait like an hour, and like an hour passes and shit. Nothing happens. He still has the quirk. And like they think like very hard, what could be the fucking drawback that you have? Cause like he just got it like permanently, obviously, as you understood probably from me not talking correctly. Cause why the fuck am I bad at English? Anyways, let me just continue. I'm very frustrated with myself. I just don't talk correctly sometimes. Yeah, they like try finding out what the drawback of Izuku is, but they can't fucking think of shit other than maybe there's a time limit, and if the time limit exists, it's like more than a day, because next day at the kindergarten he still has the fucking quirk. And like Baku is very pissed at Izuku, like very fucking pissed, not like mad, like he doesn't want to kill him, but like he's pissed, he's like angry at him or jealous of him. And so like Izuku asks another classmate of his that has a fire quirk, because like it's very common to have fire quirk, since like Izuku's dad has a fire quirk as well. He asks to see his quirk, and so the classmate shows it to him, and Izuku tries concentrating on the quirk and like copying it, and he just copied it. Okay, he literally just copied a new quirk. And now, like, let's say half an hour later, he goes up to another kid that has, I don't know, a hair manipulation quirk, kind of like the guy from the professional license thingy from Shiketsu High. Yeah, something like that. The guy who had like their hair manipulation. Yeah, that guy. Now, obviously, the quirk is gonna be way weaker than his quirk, because he's like 15, 16, 15, and his quirk is overall just like better, but it's just like a shittier version of it, and so he copies it. Now Izuku has 3 quirks at his disposal, and after a while he goes up to the teacher and he says, "Can I see your quirk?" And she shows it to Izuku, and it is a water quirk, kind of like think Aqua's like magic thingies, like her party tricks, like Aqua's party tricks from Konosuba. That's basically what she has. And so Izuku like copies it, obviously, and like the teacher is very impressed by Izuku's quirk, because he literally just copied her quirk. And she asks him, what is your drawback though? because she saw that he just looked at the Quirk and just copied it, which is impressive. But like, what's the drawback? What was like the bad thing about the Quirk? Since she has like a low output of water, even though she could theoretically increase it, she has a low output of water, and it's very hard to increase it, even though she can. For Bago, I guess it's I don't know what is like thingy. He has like less durability on his whole body, since he has like, doesn't he like have are his old bones like stronger? I think his like bones are stronger and shit. What's the drawback of Bakugo? I don't fucking remember. Is there any? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, let me just continue the story and stop fucking rambling. Yeah, like Izuku copies obviously, and he tells her copies her Quirk, and he tells her he doesn't really know. He's trying to copy as many Quirks as possible to see if he has like a limit on it. And so he goes up to another teacher, which has a Quirk that gives her 4 eyes instead of 2. And he like straight up copies it, because there's really nothing that he could do, and he like fucking grows extra eyes, and he's fucking scared like a little bit. He just changed his whole fucking face, but he can see like way better now, obviously, since he has like 4 eyes instead of 2. They're like, basically the Quirk is just eye power multiplied by 2. That's basically it. And so Izuku is like scared of for his life, because he just changed like physiology. I don't know, like he just got extra eyes and shit, and he's like scared of himself. But like after a while, it looks quite cool, he says. And he goes up to the teacher once again here, and he compliments her eyes, because he just got the same eyes, and he thinks they're cool after like a while of having them. But then the thing is, he goes to activate Bakugo's Quirk, but it's not there anymore. And he thinks, wait, what? I cannot use it? And he runs up to Bakugo and he says, dude, I know what my drawback is. And he says, wait, what is it? And Izuku answers, I can only hold 4 Quirks at once. And so Izuku like tries to think of like why Bakugo's Quirk got erased, instead of like him not just being instead of him just not being able to copy the Quirk. And he thinks that was maybe because I just didn't want to have your Quirk, so I didn't make you feel worse than you already do feel. And Bakugo says, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Hey, what the fuck do you mean make me feel worse than I already feel? I don't feel any kind of worse than you. I'm like, I don't feel bad. And he like turns around and like walks away. But now he just goes home, and he asks his mom to use her power, and so he copies it, and the eye Quirk that he copied is erased or like removed, and the telekinesis Quirk of Inko is copied up to Izuku's body, or like into Izuku's body. And so now for the next let's say like 7 years, let's say 7 years, he's gonna be 11 by the time skip end. For the next 7 years, Izuku tries to learn more about his Quirk, and to see if he does copy a Quirk, and then trains it, and then it releases, or like it's removed. Does the strength that he got with the Quirk stay? And somehow it stays, it seems. It seems like the whole strength of the Quirk that he gained stays. And I don't know how to explain it exactly, but like when you have like Starter, or like when you have like Discord, for example, on Windows, and you like just close it with the X, you like click the X and you press it once more, it just like opens up how it was. That's kind of like a little bit of a shitty explanation of how Izuku's Quirk works. He just like keeps the tabs open, kinda, I guess. But like obviously he cannot use them while he doesn't have them equipped. Yeah, I guess you could also say like he just levels up an armor, or like a sword, or like a weapon, and then just unequips it. But then he cannot equip it up until he like finds a similar one to the one that he has. And I'm very sorry if my explanations are dog shit, okay? I just don't know what the fuck to say. So yeah, Izuku like trains with his quirk, like learning more and more about it, and he tries to like see if there's a limit on the strength of the quirk that he can copy. So like if he were to copy theoretically Endeavor's quirk, he, if there was a limit, would not be able to copy that, or it would be weakened by Izuku. And if he was to copy like a weaker one, he would get the full or like less of decrease of strength of a quirk. But he like tries to copy like strong quirks that he sees used by like villains and heroes, and he sees there is literally no limit. He can just straight up copy the strongest quirk that exists, and he just keeps the strength that the person already had. And like Izuku thinks, how about I try just copying Endeavor's quirk from the television? But like Izuku doesn't like it, never, like personality wise or hero wise, but he likes his quirk. It's very strong. And so he tries copying the quirk from his television, and it works. It literally works. He just like looks at the quirk that Endeavor used in the television or on TV, and he just copied it. He straight up fucking copied the quirk. And Izuku is fucking like crazy, bro. He's hyped as fuck, bro. He's going crazy for real. And so he thinks, why not just copy All Might's quirk? He's the strongest hero ever. And so he tries to do that, but he's unable to. Now, why is that? Izuku thinks, let's see. What could the problem be? Could it be just that I cannot copy it? I don't think so, because I've been able to copy any kind of quirk that has come across my way. And so he thinks, I don't think his quirk should be like the exception to that rule. And he thinks, okay, let me just remove the quirks, I can just copy them later. And so he thinks of removing the quirks and just getting All Might's quirk, and that works suddenly. It just works. But he cannot copy any other quirk as long as he has All Might's quirk. And my reasoning for that is because bro literally has the strongest quirk first of all, or one of the strongest quirks theoretically, practically. I don't know. He kind of has the strongest quirk. And inside of that quirk there are like 5 more quirks, and so I'm not gonna fucking make him have one for all Endeavor's quirk and like other overpowered ones. And no, if Izuku does copy the All Might's quirk, he's not going to explode like in the anime. It was said that he's gonna fucking explode if he didn't, or like he wasn't trained enough. Because like his body kind of adapts to the quirk, as I said, because he knows how to use it. And Izuku thinks, damn, All Might's quirk is over fucking powered. I could get all the money in the world if I was just to release the information to the public, or even just threaten All Might of like releasing the information. And so he's not going to do that because he's not a fucking villain. He's a greedy guy, but not a villain. He wants every quirk and the strongest quirks, but he's not a villain, okay? He's not a villain. He's not a bad guy. He's kind of a little bit of a bad guy, but not a villain. I just said the same thing 15 times in 5 seconds. Let me continue the story. He's not going to be using All Might's quirk unless he has to. He likes having multiple quirks for the versatility of them. I just said utility, what the fuck? He likes having multiple quirks for the I just said it again, for the versatility of them, and like he can come up with strategies to combat like multiple types of quirked people, because he is literally multiple types of quirked people in one body. And so he goes back to copying Endeavor's quirk, and the moment he does, he feels a bit of fucking pain in his whole body, like going from his head to his toes. And that's because he just like destroyed a fourth of One For All's strength. And so he thinks, what the fuck can I do for this pain to stop? And he tries like taking some meds and shit, but it just doesn't help. Like he continues like hurting, and so he like thinks maybe it's one for all. That's the problem, because the moment he equipped, or like he gained Endeavor's Quirk, it most likely took a fourth of the power of One for All and just destroyed it. And so it's literally destroying his body now, just because he took another Quirk inside of his body instead of 4/4 of the of One for All. And so he hastily thinks, and like very fast and shit, he thinks of an idea that maybe could work. Just copy another 3 Quirks and just remove One for All completely from his body. And like the second Quirk that he copies, it's just a generic Quirk of like, what, ice? I guess let's say it's ice. He copies an ice Quirk, and his pain seems to like be releasing slowly, because he just destroyed 50% of One for All, which means it has less strength to destroy him. And now he copies another Quirk and another Quirk, and I don't give a fuck what he's gonna copy right now, because he's going to be the strongest by 14-15. So you don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he copies. Just know he copies like an ice and Endeavor's Quirk and some other shitty Quirks, okay? And the moment the pain like subsides, he like sits down and just like goes to sleep, because he just got destroyed by One for All. And so the next day, Izuku wakes up exhausted, because he just got fucking drained and destroyed by One for All. And so he like starts having like a bit of a grudge against All Might for having the Quirk, even though it's his fault for like copying it, and not realizing obviously sooner that the pain came from All Might's Quirk, or One for All. And so the next day, obviously after he wakes up, he goes and eats some breakfast, and he goes to school. And so 3 years pass of Izuku just training his Quirk, training his body, because the stronger he is, the stronger his Quirks are. Like the mentally stronger Izuku is, the stronger the mental using Quirks are, or like the intelligence / brain using Quirks, such as telekinesis, I guess, IQ. Like the calmer his mind is, and the more clear his mind is, the more increase he will have with the T, obviously. Or like high specs from like Principal Nezu. If he did copy that Quirk, he would be smarter on him if he was to have a clear mind, because the clearer the mind, the smarter the person, yeah? Or at least that's how the Quirk works. But yeah, like physically he has to be stronger and stronger, because like physical type Quirks, such as let's say Mirko's Quirk or Kirishima's Quirk, like the stronger the body is, the stronger the person is gonna be, like the person using the Quirk, Izuku basically. And he has found out from like extra obviously learning that when he does copy a mutation Quirk, it like transforms to a transformation Quirk. It like just turns it into a transformation Quirk, even though it's a mutation Quirk. He can just let me just tell you one, like let me give you an example. If he did copy Mirko's Quirk, he would be able to turn off and on the bunny power basically, or like the transformation with the bunny power. And that's how his Quirk works for the most part. And now let me just tell you what like the Quirks that Izuku is using right now are. So he's obviously using Endeavor's Fire. He's using a Quirk that I just came up with named Finger Spitter, and it literally just allows Izuku, just like what's his name, Gran Torino, to, instead of like the air to be expelled from the lungs to the legs, it's like the spit getting shot by like the finger. So yeah, it's like a finger gun but like spit. Bro is a fucking menace, okay? He literally just like saw that like randomly, like when he was outside, there's a motherfucker like bullying motherfuckers, just like a game of bullying motherfuckers, but like just spitting on them continuously like a gun. And so like he copied that, and he started like fucking spitting on the motherfuckers. Bro is literally the ultimate troller. But yeah, now another quirk that he has gotten, I'm going to call it photographic memory. Now, why is that? This is one is not a troll quirk, okay? He's not gonna be trolling with this one. He's actually going to be using it for like a certain kind of strategy, I guess. He's always going to be keeping this quirk on, or at least when he doesn't need one for all. If he does need one for all, he's gonna change it obviously. But if he doesn't, then he's going to keep it always on, because this is literally his fail safe of a quirk. Because he has found out obviously that he can, not obviously, but he has found out that he can just remember the quirk, since seeing it and remembering it is basically the same thing, to his quirk at least. And he's able to like copy the quirk just by remembering it. And so photographic memory allows him to like store huge amounts of information almost perfectly. And so he's able to like just change through quirks whenever he wants to. And the fourth quirk that he has is just like a generic strength increasing quirk, because like he needed it to help his mom like move the couch. So now is the day where in the original in My Hero Academia, their middle school teacher just comes out and like says, I was gonna give you application papers, but I know you all want to become heroes, and everyone's like hyped as fuck. Bakugo and Izuku are like a little bit friends, I guess. They chill sometimes. They're not like good friends, obviously. They're not bad friends, and they're not enemies, kind of like in the original. Bakugo cannot really mess with Izuku, since Izuku is stronger than him, like a million times stronger than Bakugo. And Bakugo just respects Izuku for not using his powers for bad, I guess. But yeah, like also some other things that like Izuku has helped him like train as well, so he's not gonna really hate Izuku. But yeah, like Bakugo doesn't hate Izuku, and so does Izuku. Like Izuku is like quite fond of Bakugo because he's a strong guy, he's a cool guy, and he has actually stopped like bullying people, like unlike the original where he was just bullying the fuck out of Deku. But yeah, after that Izuku like goes home, like starts going home, when he like sees a kid, and he seems like to be like 6 years old or something, and the kid is from the class or like the provisional license courses that Bakugo and Todoroki like had to do because they failed the exam. And actually that character is obviously an OC, I guess you could say, or like an added character. I'm not gonna give the kid a name, but his quirk is kind of little bit fox tails, like he has like two like tails, kind of a little bit like Tokyo Ghoul, but like he has like two shadow made tails out of his back that he can manipulate. And Izuku like likes the quirk a whole lot, and so he just copies it and actually changes the finger splitter quirk with this one. And so like he gets a transformation quirk with like the thingy with the two tails. And in this timeline, Izuku is not gonna go under that bridge where he found the sludge villain. Instead, he's gonna go in with another route, and this time, instead of like Izuku being trapped by the sludge villain and then Bakugo, this time All Might catches the sludge villain before he did any kinds of actual damage. And so this time, Izuku and Bakugo get to like go home peacefully. So now we skip to the UA entrance exam, where Izuku is going to change to another quirk now, and that quirk is Hawk's quirk, Fierce Wings. And so Izuku equips the quirk and starts flying towards UA to take the entrance exam. Now, when Izuku arrives, he goes straight into the school and like starts waiting for the written portion of the exam. Now, when he finishes it, he goes up to the room where President Mike is explaining about the robots, and he says, damn, it's gonna be fun, huh? Because he's gonna have to use like more unique combinations, or like he wants to use more unique combinations of quirks, or like unique quirks that he has found. And so he goes to the area where he's gonna do the practical portion, and President Mike shouts, there are no countdowns in a real battle, go go go! and like everyone starts like flying or like running towards it, and then Izuku equips once more the Hawks' Quirk Fierce Wings and starts flying over everyone. And so what he does this time is he uses Hawks' Quirk and Endeavor's Quirk to create somewhat of a new Quirk, I guess, or like a combination of those two, where he's going to be shooting some of the wings from Fierce Wings, or some of the feathers from Fierce Wings that are coated with Endeavor's fire, so that he like melts them with high speed piercing as well. Now he also uses the two-tailed shadows, or two-tailed shadow Quirk that he gained or got from the kid, and he actually thinks it's very useful because he just gets like 2 extra limbs that he can pierce and attack with, and so he like destroys some robots with that, and he ends up with about 140 points of robot points, when suddenly Izuku hears some loud, or like he feels some loud, what the fuck am I saying? He feels like giant fucking vibrations through the ground. When he looks back, he sees that it's the 0 pointer, and he says, okay, let me defeat him. But then like when he looks down, he sees that a girl with like brown hair is trapped under some rubble, and so he equips the first Quirk he sees, and the first Quirk he does see is Ida's Quirk. And so he grows engines out of his legs, and he like starts running towards Uraraka at like high speeds, and like kicks the fuck out of the rubble and destroys it. He picks her up with his super strength Quirk and lays her down to like a safe area. Then he equips back again the Hawks' Quirk so that he can fly, and also Endeavor's Quirk, and just starts destroying, melting the fuck out of the robot and destroying it. Now after that he just leaves without like saying anything to Uraraka, because he didn't really give a fuck, but he kind of at the same time, but not enough to go and talk to her. So directly after destroying the robot, the bell rings, or like the test is done, or the exam is done or finished, and Izuku leaves like by flying towards his house. When a couple days later he gets a letter from UA, and out pops out a hologram of All Might saying that he passed with like flying colors. He aced the exam, he got the 140 points robot points, and he also got 90 points for saving Uraraka. No, actually let's say he got 60 points, just like in the original, for a total of 200 points. And Izuku is happy with that number. Obviously he could have done more. He could have saved Uraraka better, he thinks, because he wants to get all the points. He would have liked to get like 300, 400 points if possible, but he didn't, so he's just gonna have to complain about it instead. And so now the first day of UA comes, and Izuku obviously goes flying towards UA. Now he goes in, and he sees Bakugo like fighting with Ida, but he walks up to Bakugo and tells him, just put your feet down, please. And Bakugo does it, and Ida says thank you to Izuku for like doing that. And he also like goes up to Izuku and says, how did you get my Quirk? That's like my Quirk exactly. And Izuku tells him that he can copy Quirks that he sees. And Ida's fucking like flabbergasted by the revelation of like Izuku can fucking copy Quirks. That's OP as fuck. And yeah, he's like going crazy, and everyone like hears that, and like everyone just surrounds Izuku, when suddenly Aizawa pops out of the corner, and he tells them to wear their gym uniforms and meet him outside. And so they all do it. And actually Aizawa throws the ball at Izuku. He catches it, and Izuku asks, what am I supposed to do with this? And Aizawa tells him, just throw it. And so Izuku says okay, and he decides to do the thing that he didn't want to actually do a lot, which is use the Quirk of All Might. And he actually like copies it fully, because like he uses all of his slots of copied Quirks that he can have. and he activates one for all and gets, let's say, like 30,000 meters, okay? Because I guess that is like 4 times stronger than Bakugo. And if Bakugo in the original was like 700, this timeline's Bakugo is gonna be like 900 meters. So it was like over 3 times stronger than Bakugo with just like a little bit of strength throwing with one for all. And so afterwards he has to like fucking fast change into other Quarks, like the ones that he was going to normally use. And so he does that. And so he does the other what the fuck is it called? The other exercises. He sees who has the best Quirk for each one, and so he copies obviously Ida's Quirk for speed, even though he could actually kind of like used all one for all, but he doesn't really want to use it, so he used that one time. Now for like the long jump, I would say he would copy Frobby's Quirk, Suyasui's Quirk, like the frog one. Yeah, and for the other ones, just like copies Quirks that he remembers that are going to be useful for this exercise exactly. And like obviously for the side to side steps, he copies Mineda's Quirk of like pop off, like the balls that he has on his head. And so Izuku like looks up at his fucking head, or like he feels his head actually, because he can't fucking look up at his head. He looks, he like feels his head, and he, damn, I have the fucking balls as well. Nah, let's get done with this. I don't want to have balls on my head. And so Izuku just like goes very fucking fast with this shit. And the moment he is finished with the exercise, he changes into another Quirk. And so Izuku is number 1, like the leaderboard. He's number 1. He got number 1 points and everything. And Mineta is going to be expelled because I want to expel him, okay? So yeah, now it's the next day where All Might comes through the room or through the door, and he says, I'm here, walking through the door like a normal person. And I'm not gonna do the All Might voice because I can't really do it. So yeah, All Might comes in and he tells them that they're going to be doing like 2v2 battles, and that their costumes are in the wall, and so he presses a button and all their hero costumes like pop out and shit. Now Izuku's costume, I think it should be kind of like in the thumbnail. I'm gonna pop up a picture for you for the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail. I think it looks very good. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, it's gonna look very similar to the thumbnail with like the pink, because his like favorite color is pink, obviously, and he has like pinkish hair as you see from the thumbnail instead of the green. So yeah, that's basically how Izuku's gonna look, because I don't wanna like think of an actual fucking thingy costume, like a different one. And I'm not gonna really go in depth with the fights right now, at least. So yeah, it's like 2v2. It's gonna be like in the canon of Uraraka, Midoriya, Bakugo, and Ida. Now, but Izuku is just going to fucking blast the fuck out of them with Endeavor's fire, and so they can't really handle the heat that much, and Ida's like passes out of the lack of oxygen, and so does Bakugo, and so they like go upstairs and just touch the bomb. And like Momo comments that it wasn't very like heroic of them to knock out the villains by like oxygen depletion or something. And so now Izuku is done with the fight, and so he like is spectating everyone else, and he sees Todoroki's fight, or Todoroki's match, and he sees that he has like an ice Quirk, and he remembers that he is Endeavor's son, and so he should have half ice, half hot. And so he copies the Quirk, and now he removed the two-tailed Quirk that he had for Todoroki's Quirk. And I'm thinking of doing something like a bit what the fuck is it called, like unique a little bit, I guess. And that idea I got from my friend Toby. I just asked him what 4 Quirks would you wanna have, and he told me 4 Quirks. You're gonna see in a little bit, but I'm gonna pop up a picture on another video that I made like 2 months ago or something fucking banger, even if it is like 3.5 hours long, and I do yap a whole lot. Just put it in 2 times speed, okay? I don't give a fuck. But yeah, anyways, he copied the quirk of Todoroki, and he also has Endeavor's quirk, because like he has, I would say, superior fire quirk. So now that he needs another 2 quirks that I am going to give him, so fuck. And he's only going to use it for like one fight probably. Now, yeah, after that the school day is over, and yeah, Izuku goes home and he starts researching more heroes, as he kind of like does daily, so that he can learn like abilities and how to use them. And he stumbles upon the dragon hero, Ryukyu. And so he thinks her quirk is very overpowered if she used it better, I guess, than she does right now. And he remembers that he has like half hot, half cold Endeavor's quirk. Now, what would you do if you had those two? Now, I would personally get dragon thingy, because you get extra defense, dragon form, you can somewhat fly if you actually try to, and like strengthen speed a little bit, I guess. And so he copies her quirk by seeing a fight of hers, and then he goes back to school next day. Yeah, he goes back to school and he sees, what's his name, the guy, I don't remember his name, the guy who has like the multi hands thingy, like his hands can like transform into body parts. And so he thinks, bro, why don't I just make a 2-headed dragon out of this? And so he copies his quirk, like the multi-arm thingy, I'm gonna call it the multi-arm thingy because I don't give a fuck. But yeah, he copies that and actually removes photographic memory from his quirk list, and now he has the ultimate combo. So yeah, now next week, yeah, Aizawa gives them like permission slips for their parents to sign, so that they could go to the USJ. And so Izuku gives it to his mom, she signs it, and Izuku is hyped as fuck because he's going to finally be able to use his combination quirk that he just fucking came up with, or I came up with, or like Toby came up with like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I don't know. And yeah, Izuku is fucking hyped to use it. So they arrive there and he sees that like when 13 was talking, that villains came in the USJ via a portal, and Izuku is fucking hyped as fuck right now. He's like going crazy, adrenaline to the max, because he just saw a fucking teleportation quirk that can teleport multiple people at once, of which it's fucking rare too. And he like what the fuck is it called? He copies it, yeah. And he removes Endeavor's quirk of like fire, because he still has fire and ice, and he can still use it how he was gonna, but like he also has a teleportation quirk. And so the moment Aizawa tells them that they're not fake villains, they're actual villains, Izuku tells Aizawa that he's gonna teleport them outside and that he's gonna handle it by himself. And Aizawa shouts at him, "You cannot do this. You're a student. You're under our protection." And Izuku tells him, "Can you copy any quirk that you see?" And Aizawa tells him no. And Izuku tells him that I just copied his teleportation quirk, okay, and I have a dragon quirk and a half hot, half cold ice and fire quirk as well from Todoroki. Now go outside and let me defeat them. And or like you can wait as well if you wanna just see the show, because I would not mind really. But if you wanna, you can go outside and like not get hurt at all. And so Aizawa like backs off, and Izuku starts transforming into his dragon form, and he does the thingy of getting a second like thingy, a second fucking head, okay, second dragon head. So he's like a Hydra type of thing, and he on one head has like the fire side of Todoroki's quirk, and on the other head he has the ice side of the Todoroki's quirk. And so he jumps on them, like fucking kills some of them because he literally jumped on them as a dragon. And so he says, "Oh, I gotta be more careful. I'll just kill like 20 people." And he's kind of sad, kind of nod, because it was quite fun. Honestly, it felt good. He said like the squishiness. I know that's weird, but like it's funny. But yeah, he's not gonna kill people, not really. So he separates the heads, like looking at two different directions, and starts like freezing half of them and fucking burning half of them. And so everyone is like destroyed as fuck. And Shigaraki shouts at the Nomu to kill that monster. And so the Nomu complies and starts like running towards Izuku. It starts like punching him and shit, but like he gets some damage, but not really. And so he just fucking starts blasting the shit out of the Nomu with like ice first, and then burning it completely, then ice again, burning it completely, ice again, burning it completely. And so after like a minute of the Nomu not being able to do shit to Izuku, it literally dies. It's literally disintegrates. It disintegrates, okay? Like, it's fucking ash by now. And when Shigaraki sees that, he starts like scratching him. He says, "This can't be. No one was supposed to kill even All Might." Why am I making a fucking Izuku voice? I don't know. Like it sounds a bit like Izuku-ish, I guess. I don't give a fuck. Anyways. Yeah, he fucking crashes out, starts like running towards Izuku to decay him. It does almost nothing because he has like scale-ish defense, and Kurogiri can't do anything because he was teleported to the fucking sky by Izuku, like outside of the thingy. He's literally falling right now. But then after like a little bit, Kurogiri just teleported back because he can teleport, obviously. And that's when Izuku just stomps on Kurogiri and stomps on Shigaraki. He doesn't kill them, obviously, but he knocks them out with some fire. And so yeah, Kurogiri, Shigaraki, and the ashes of the Nomu are taken by the police, and that's the end of the USJ arc. So now Izuku is waiting in class, and when Aizawa comes in, since this time they did not have any like leave from school since no one got hurt in the USJ, since like Izuku destroyed everyone, he saved everyone as well. So yeah, he's just waiting in class for Aizawa to come in, and when he does, he tells them that next week is gonna be the US Sports Festival and that they should like get ready. And he walks up to Izuku and he tells him, "Izuku, you cannot fucking participate in this. You're just too strong." And Izuku tells him, "Bro, let me participate, please. I'm gonna make myself weaker. I'm gonna limit myself." And Aizawa tells him, No. You're not doing this. I'm not allowing you to participate in the festival." And so Izuku just doesn't get to participate, and like the fights end up pretty similar to the original, or like exactly the same, except that Izuku wasn't in the fight, obviously. So yeah, we literally just skipped fucking the festival because I didn't want to fucking cover it, huh? Now Izuku doesn't get any like internship thingies. No one wants to internship Izuku since he didn't participate and he didn't show his skills, and so he has to go with Aizawa. And this time Aizawa will bring Izuku with him to House City because he wants to catch Stain. And so they go there, like second day of the training. They arrive there because it was a very slow train. And so they arrive there, and that's when the what the fuck is it called? The Nomu attack happens in House City, because that was not Kurogiri or Shigaraki this time. It was purely all for one. It was purely all for one because he just lost a successor and a perfect Nomu. So yeah, he like fucking crashes out right now. He be crashing out, and he just released every gnome that he had to in Hosu City to recruit Stain, because he is a strong guy, even if kinda quirkless, and if he got the quirk he would be so fucking strong. That's at least what All For One thinks. All For One. And so they start like fighting the Nomus, and Izuku asks Aizawa, "Can I go all out?" And Aizawa tells him, "Sure, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, we're trying to save people, so yeah, go all out." And so Izuku comes back, and not comes back. He like activates the copy ability, and copies Endeavor's Quirk half from Todoroki. What's it called? I forgot the name. Warp Gate, obviously, because he likes combining motherfuckers, and Dragon. And so he transforms into a dragon and starts like stomping on the motherfuckers, but he starts stomping on the Nomus. The Nomus don't have time to fucking realize how they've been stomped, because they're obviously weaker than the USJ Nomu. So they like die very easily, and Izuku just like stomps them. He just fucking starts freezing them, burning them to death. And like after a little bit of like, he flies up and he sees Ida. He's in a dark alley with a dangerous looking guy, and so he flies over to him. He transforms from his dragon state, and he asks Ida, "What are you doing here?" And Ida tells him, "Go away, Izuku. I have to avenge my brother." And so Izuku like activates teleportation. He takes Ida out of there, and he goes back there by himself. Now, because he knows the quirk of Stain, that it's like a paralysis type of quirk, he copied the ability of Aizawa to erase quirks, and so he uses that, and it fucking hurts his eyes, but he still uses it, and starts like freezing Stain, and just takes him. He like literally picks him up and just like gives him to Aizawa to restrain him. And like he starts after that just helping the people like evacuate and shit, and like also killing the Nomus, or like defeating the Nomus. And like after that, Aizawa asks Ida, what are you doing here? And he says like, "I was here with Manuel." Yeah, his name is Manuel, the pro-hero Manuel, just helping people. But then like Izuku cuts in and he says, you're trying to fight Stain. And yeah, like Ida gets scolded by Aizawa and shit, and that's basically it for the Hosu City incident. Now the next week we're there at school once again. All Might go like says to Izuku to meet in a like fucking room and shit, and he tells him if he like would like to get his quirk. Now Izuku tells him everything that he knows about the quirk, and All Might asks him, "How do you know all that?" And Izuku tells him, "Oh, I just copied your quirk from TV and just learned everything about it." And All Might's fucking like, "What? He just copied my quirk just like that?" Because no one has been able to copy his quirk, at least. And just from watching it from TV is crazy. And he thinks, All Might thinks, this guy is literally has the potential to be the actual strongest hero ever. And All Might like rounds up every like strong quirked person that he can think of. And he thinks of New Order, like starting Stripe with New Order. He thinks of 13 with their quirk. He thinks of himself, and he actually thinks of Sun Eater from the third years. And so the next day, like Izuku meets up with All Might, and he like tells Izuku to just copy their quirks. And Izuku explains to All Might that he cannot copy his quirk. In private, obviously, he tells him that, because it just takes all of his 4 slots that he has. And so he goes back, they go back outside, and Izuku sees that they explain his quirk, their quirks. They explain their quirks. And so Izuku decides to actually just take New Order from Star and Stripe, because that's actually just reality bending or reality manipulation. And so he wants that. So he continuously like has it in his arsenal to like if he actually needs it, or like he cannot do shit about it with or shit about a villain with his other quirks. He just uses that if he knows their names, obviously. And this time, because Izuku is quite a smart guy, he asks All Might if he knows of any Quark villains with actually overpowered Quarks. And he thinks of two, actually. He thinks of the guy from the My Hero Academia movie with the weather manipulation Quark, and also Overhaul with his like Overhaul Quark, obviously. And also, like, he thinks of All for One, but he's not gonna do anything with him. So he asks Izuku what he wants with the names, or what he wants with like, why does he not want to know them, and or learn about them. And Izuku tells him, how about we visit them? And I just literally just, how's it called? Copy their quirks. And so like All Might says okay, sure. And so they put all their money, all their resources into finding those two. And so the first guy who is found is the villain from the first My Hero Academia movie with the Wonder Quirk. Before he like got overpowered as fuck and shit, he is found, and Izuku copies his quirk and just fucking like he's put in jail, obviously. He's the like stopped by Izuku, and he's put in jail where like Tartarus, where like they can't use their quirks. So yeah, Izuku now has weather manipulation, teleportation, and reality manipulation. What's the other quirk he's gonna get? He's going to get Overhaul. Now it was way harder to find Overhaul since he's like way more underground than the other guy. So after like a week or two of searching, they found him, and Izuku and All Might just go there. He's taken to custody, and like he is put in Tartarus, and Izuku copies his quirk, and Eri is saved way earlier than usual, because if they find Overhaul, they find Eri and they save her. So yeah, Izuku now has teleportation, Wargate, reality manipulation, New Order, weather manipulation, I don't remember the name of the quirk, and deconstruction or reconstruction via Overhaul. And he thinks, how do I increase my fucking? I want more quirks, bro. Like, give me more. I want more. Give me more now. And so he like starts crashing out inside of it in his head, because like he's greedy as fuck. Okay? He wants even more and more, even though he has like the strongest fucking combo he could ever have right now. And like the moment he thinks that, he tries like thinking of Bakugo's quirk. He uses that, and he tries using all the other quirks, and he realizes he just got a fifth slot to his quirk arsenal. And so he's gonna be able to copy one more. So now he has also Bakugo's quirk, because he just copied it, obviously. And I'm gonna keep it for the like a short while at least. And yes, I know it's a fucking asshole power up. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to give him 5, so that he can copy another quirk later on. And I think you should know which one it is. So yeah, after like a week of like actual school, they actually are going to go do some shits, do the final exams. They're going to be doing the final exams, and whoever fails is gonna go to summer school, or else they're going to do summer school. And so it's All Might versus Izuku, and everything else happens as canon. Now All Might tells Izuku, please go easy on me, I don't want to lose, because he knows Izuku has the strategies and shit. And if he actually wanted to, he could have just like gotten the quirk of All Might at like peak strength, obviously, because he can do that, and he would have automatically like won, obviously. And so they start the fight. Izuku teleports behind them. All Might reacts fast and punches Izuku away. When Izuku like controls the weather and like strikes All Might with a fucking lightning bolt, and then just like says his actual name, because he found it out like 2 weeks ago. Like All Might literally told him, okay. And he like tells, you cannot move for the next 10 seconds, and he literally just goes up to the guy, turns into All Might, and then just starts punching him up until bro is like knocked out. And so he turns back into like normal Izuku, because he got way more buff, because he got the actual Quirk of All Might this time, because he got way more buff, okay? Because how the fuck does All Might get so buff? I don't know. No one knows really. He must have a fucking other Quirk as well. So let's just say he just got buff. Izuku got buff by copying All Might's Quirk. And so now he changes back to the original quirks that he had, and then the exam is done. Damn, I spoke so fucking fast right now. I should probably stop that. I don't know. Cause like, I don't even think y'all can understand my ass. Like, what the fuck? Now, they go to the forest training camp where they're supposed to go, and they stop the boss at the cliff. Now, then Mandeline, I think it was her name, the cat girl with the earth manipulation powers, appears next to Aizawa, and she uses her Quirk to like throw them down the fucking cliff, and like they have to survive the golems. Now Izuku just not gonna do that. He's fucking bored right now. He just wants to chill and like chill even more. And so he says, alright, I'ma head out. And so he just teleports to the top, or like he doesn't fly actually. He just teleports. He puts like a portal down and a portal to the sky. He walks down, like he falls through the portal, and he's now right now like 200 feet, or like let's say 200 meters. 200 meters in the sky, okay? And now that he's 200 meters in the sky, he says his name, and he says, you can fly, or like I can fly. However, you actually control New Order. Forgot the fucking name of the Quirk. Why do I always do that? But yeah, he says the thingy. He's like that he can fly, and so he can fly now, like Superman kinda. And so he arrives there like in 10 minutes. Honestly, he just fucking arrives there in 10 minutes. And so he actually just goes like into his room, and just like fucking falls asleep. Okay, he didn't want to fucking do that shit. So yeah, like 5 hours later, let's say, it was like multiple hours in the original, so let's say like 5 hours later, everyone arrives, and then they go to the hot springs. Yeah, they go in, and since Mineta isn't there, he's not gonna try and climb the wall, and the Korra is not gonna fall. So Izuku doesn't learn his backstory, of which I like actually forget every single time to fucking say in my other videos, or in my other what ifs. So I thank God I fucking said it here, because I'm always gonna forget it unless I actually think of saying it. So yeah, he doesn't fall, and so Izuku doesn't learn his backstory. So yeah, after that they go and eat and shit. Izuku is just chilling by himself actually, when like Uraraka goes and sits right beside Izuku, and she says, even if it's like a month or two like late, she says thanks to Izuku for saving her in the entrance exam. He says, I guess it was nothing, don't worry. And so they start like talking and shit, and like they become friends, like actual good friends. When later like Izuku is asked by the other cat girl to go and like give Korra his food, well he's like in the other side of the fucking mountain, and so Izuku does that. He teleports right there, and he gives the food to Korra. So after like a little bit of convincing, Korra starts like eating, when suddenly Muscular appears, because this is gonna be kind of the final fight, honestly, of the video. Muscular appears with actually two goons with fucking knife throwing quirks, like knife creating and knife throwing quirks of like their siblings, or like their twins. They are actually twins, and they can just like fucking throw and create fucking knives out of their hands. And so they like coordinate with Muscular and start attacking Izuku, but then he just creates a portal and just shoots the fucking knives on their fucking back, and the two goons just are knocked out and actually like bleeding to death. And Muscular is just kind of scared of Izuku, because he just fucking teleported knives that went at like Mach 1 almost, right back towards them. And so he says, you're gonna fight me or not? And All Might and Muscular says, yeah, why not? Like in a fucking menacing tone. So he starts like punching the shit out of Izuku, but doesn't do anything because he's OP as fuck. And so he teleports Muscular like, well, let's say like 1,000 meters in the air, and he just starts falling. And then Izuku activates Endeavor's fire, and then just like straight the starts like fucking burning the guy with like a flamethrower, bro. He became charcoal after that, bro. Literally almost died. Okay, so Muscular is like done by now, and yeah, Izuku helps Kora like to bring him back to his aunts. Yeah, his aunts. I think his aunts. I don't know. The cat girls. And so yeah, he literally flies up with him commanding himself with New Order to fly, and then he just starts defeating everyone when he stumbles upon Toga. And I'm gonna do something a little weird right now, okay? So Izuku, because he wants to try this shit out, he sees that her personality is like a bit fucked, and so he like literally teleports right behind her, touches her head, and just changes her fucking brain chemistry with Overhaul, and literally like makes her fall in love with him, okay? Because why the fuck not? I don't know why I did this. It just came to my mind, okay? So now, yeah, Toga and Uraraka are Izuku's girlfriends, question mark, I don't know. And all for one appears, and he like starts fucking shooting everything everywhere. He's like crashing out. He just like starts fucking shooting air, water, fucking flames, electricity, earth, metals, everything. He literally is crashing out, bro. He's the definition of crashing out right now. And Izuku like flies up to the guy, straight up fucking punches him once. Bro's knocked out. Bro's literally knocked out cold. You know what? How? He teleported up there. He teleported like 200 meters up, flew towards him, then used like Overhaul in his fist, and just fucking knocked the guy out. Like his brain isn't working correctly right now. He's like brain dead basically. Yeah, now this was fucking crazy, bro. Okay, let me recap like his abilities right now. His main thingy is just teleportation from Warp Gate, weather manipulation, Overhaul, and New Order. Now, what's the fifth one? After Izuku like thought a little bit, he said, why not just copy Aries Quirk to like help her control it better, and also help All Might just get a better body and just be able to use One for All way better than he currently is able to. And so he goes back with everyone after like a week of training, and he asks Aizawa to let him speak with Eri. Now he goes into the room alone with Eri and also Aizawa obviously, and he tells her that he can help her like train her quirk. And she asks him, how can you do that? And he says, I can copy any quirk, unlike Monoma from Class 1B. I can copy anything, and unlike him obviously, of which he has a fucking shitty copycat of my copy quirk. And she asks, what's your quirk called? Because I haven't given it a name, bro. I forgot to do that. And I'm gonna call it Absolute Copy. Because, I don't know, just thought of Absolute Batman. It's gonna be called Absolute Copy, okay? Because Budgets can like perfectly copy the peak version of that quirk. So yeah, or like peak version of like what the person can currently use, and just have better control over it if the person can't really use it, like Eri. So he tells her that he can copy her quirk and just train her with it, and also help All Might. And so she allows him to copy it, and she starts using it. Because when she starts using it, she can't control it correctly, and Aizawa is needed there for her to stop it. And so she starts using it on a bunny, let's say a bunny, and he copies it instantly. Aizawa stops it, and the bunny doesn't die, because we don't want a bunny to die right now. So yeah, Izuku after that, like for a straight month, he starts like helping Eri just learn how to use her quirk correctly, and just doesn't go to school. So yeah, that's basically the end of the story. Now he obviously goes and helps All Might and heals him. He also graduates from UA and becomes a pro hero, and he obviously becomes number 1. He As I told you, he has two girlfriends, the Toga and Uraraka. So yeah, I don't think I can add anything else except just make him fucking multiversal and just hop through multiverses, and I'm not gonna do that. So that was the end of the video. That was the end of the movie. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. If you have any ideas, drop them down in the comments. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the video, because I enjoyed making it myself, okay? And I fucking love the thumbnail. Just look at this thumbnail, bro. It's so peak. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Just am out.